Minions have spawned.
Boom. Headshot.
So here you're super late to lane. You should finish leashing at 136. So you're here way sooner than 154. Queuing this is fine. It's allowing you to stack up your passive. This one's low to auto. I would have autoed this one first. Autoing this one first, you probably would have been a little more aware that you could step up this way to dodge the brand. And you'd have an angle to Q this or Q him. But this makes it a little awkward because autoing this one, you're more likely, you could still step this way, but the reason you're more likely to step back here after autoing this one first is because you're trying as Ezreal to keep that Q angle open on Brand. So because you're trying to keep that Q angle open on Brand, you step back because this minion's in the way. If you Q this minion, auto this minion, and step to the side, you dodge the Brand W, Nami probably dodges it down. You throw a Q at this minion that's left, or you throw the Q at Brand, and then now you guys have an HP advantage. But instead you stepped back, you ate the damage, now they have an HP advantage, and Nami dodged it. So here, because you're at an HP disadvantage, you're really far back. Look where Brand is in relation to these three caster minions. If you were still right here, because you hit this minion first, and queued this minion to queued Brand, if Brand wants to do anything after missing that W, he has to auto you. And if he autos you when you're standing right here, he eats three casters. 1, 2, 3, right? All three of these casters hitting him every time the three shots hit him. One from him, one from him, one from him. Every time those three shots hit Brand, that does more damage at level 1 than your auto attack does. And because of that, that's essentially him getting attacked by two champions. So this is a 2v2, you and the minions, you right here, minions right here. It's a 2v1 on Brand. Because you're going to be right here. Caitlyn's range ends about here, right? So you'd be right here with your casters hitting Brand. Nami steps up, hits Brand. Brand now has a severe HP disadvantage. You probably chunk him out of the lane there. Instead, you threw a Q at Brand. Brand uses W. Brand has nothing up. You throw your Q and you back way off again. I would have thrown my Q at Brand, and because you are stacking up Ezreal's passive, you have far more attack speed than Caitlyn does. You'd hit him with that Q, and you'd step forward immediately into your minions and start autoing these down. Don't give up. Don't give up the push. And you can see Brand steps up again. Brand should have ate a Q there, an auto there. You would have been right here. Nami would have been right next to you. Brand would have been half health, stepped into that again, and probably died for it. And he steps up again, right? Like, you are way back here. You should be right here, or right here, or right here with your caster minions. And this Brand should be eating autos from you and Nami, Qs from you, every single time he steps up like a monkey. Auto again. You stepped backwards because he stepped up. You could have auto-queued him and walked into your minions. He probably would have dropped his W here. You walk this way. And even if it hits you, you have a Nami to heal you. So you would have taken... And they don't have any sustain at all. So this Brand basically inted like 2 or 3 times. And you didn't take advantage on any single one of those opportunities. And here, again, like I said, he probably dropped his W on you. He successfully dropped a W on you here and walked away. But if you walked forward here and he dropped a W, you at least would have gotten damage on him for him getting damage on you. This situation, you being way so far back and walking up and then him being arranged to max range W and walk away, he got damage on you for free. I don't know what your Nami's doing. She's stepping up way too far. But again, you shouldn't have been back here. You should have been like right here. And that would have been a more parallel position with where Nami's at now. So even though she's not in a good position right now, because Caitlyn can slap autos on you, if you were right here, 1, you'd have a health advantage on Brand. And 2, you'd be in this position to help Nami get out of this bad spot because you're parallel with her. See, Nami's going to eat on auto Q. But you would have been in position to at least even the trade by maybe auto Q, auto. Because look, this is a straight shot. Alright, you could have stepped up here, got a straight shot. You could have stepped over here, got a straight shot. But ideally, you would have helped this Nami and you would have backed off. Because Brand doesn't have anything, and his auto attacks as a mage don't do anything. So even though Nami was in a bad position, you would have been more parallel with her to at least trade back onto the Caitlyn, so Nami is not eating damage for free. So that's multiple times in this lane. You ate damage for free and Nami ate damage for free, and you never want to take damage for free. You always want to give damage back to them for using their cooldowns and just to keep the health bars at least relatively even. Because what happens is if you eat damage for free and they don't need any damage, their jungler is going to say, oh, that's a free gank. And your jungler is going to say, I need to counter gank that, right? And your jungler does not want to be in a position where he has to counter gank a 3v3 when you both have no health. So he'll probably say, screw that, I'm going to keep farming. And their jungler is going to say, thanks for the free gank because you guys aren't trading back. You guys are eating damage for free. And that gives us a free... If this was higher elo, their jungler may... it's an Evelyn, so it's not really a consideration. But let's say it's an Elise who started bot, and Elise did a 3-camp clear because you guys are eating damage for free and just walked to their jungler. Let's say Elise runs into Xin Zhao, she's level 3, right? Runs into Xin Zhao and kills him in his jungle. You guys are way too low health to help. Or she runs into his jungle, sneaks through this fog of war, comes here. Now she's got to dive on you guys because they're just going to build a slow push into you because you guys are losing health for free. You never want to lose health for free. You always want to do damage back. And that's what this opportunity back here was a free auto Q auto on Brand for him Wing you, and you still had the chance to dodge it, versus you being way back here, him stepping up, max range Wing you, and him walking away for free. They should never get away from it. They should never get away with opportunities for free like this.
Boom. Headshot.
So now you just took a free Caitlyn auto because you're way ahead of your Nami, and they have a bigger wave, and you are stepping in front. You were stepping in front of your casters. So you're gonna eat this Q too, or another auto. And now your lane's kind of screwed, right? Oh, I think I went backwards. Where was it? Alright, we'll just fast forward and we'll get back to where we were.
Headshot.
Yeah. See, look at this. Your lane's kind of screwed now. You guys are both super low. You do have sustain, but they are not. They should have taken damage, right? Brand should not have this potion. Caitlyn may or may not have this potion, depending on how the lane plays out after punishing Brand.
Boom. Headshot.
So last game, right? Last game I was saying if you have a support in this bush, you want to be in this bush with them. That's typically when you have engaged supports. When you have ranged supports, this is fine. It's fine to be over here on the same side as the ABC while they're here on the same side of the support. Because you're making this X pattern because you're both ranged. But if you're melee, if you have an engaged support, you typically want to play more towards this side. So they hit level 2. You guys hit level 2. Get a free Q. Nice bubble. I'd be walking up with the Nami there, looking for an auto on the Caitlyn if she wants to back off that hard. Maybe get a Q on her again. Because Brand's all the way down here, too. That's another thing. Before we get into this. Alright? So look at this here. Nami's damage. You guys are parallel. They're not parallel at all. They're not parallel at all. So what I would be doing here is if Brand wants to completely miss this, I'd be stepping straight towards Brand. Maybe I'd walk this way, but I'd walk straight at Brand, and I'd punish him for missing his stun. Once he misses his stun, he doesn't have anything. So even though you're at a minion disadvantage here, he's literally standing in front of his minions. His minions are not going to help him. You walk straight at him, auto, 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 Q, auto, auto. Nami walks up, bubble. He's probably dead again. He inted again. Then this Nami steps up, right? Past your, she's still behind your minion line. She's in front of your caster, so any damage that goes on her, the casters are probably going to hit them back. And she lands this bubble. I'd be walking right up with her for this. This bubble should have been on this Brand here. Right? So the other thing you got to realize too is Brand's making you invest a ward in this bush, but as Ezreal, you could just Q the bush and you'd see him. You'd hit it. Because what would probably happen is if you throw 1 or 2 Qs in there, he'd probably walk out of the bush. Or you could just step up and ward it because he missed his stun anyway. Right, she lands this bubble. And you have no minions to last hit here. So you should be walking up and just putting damage on her. Instead you hit the Brand, that's fine. But typically, if that's free damage on the ADC, you want to take the free damage on the ADC. Okay. What the? How did that happen? So again, here they're not parallel at all. I believe this is after the bubble. And the bubble, that's free damage. So imagine you got the free damage on her the first time. This might not be a 1-for-1. The other thing too is you had your E. And you ate the Brand W, but you had E. Why didn't you just E the Brand W? You know he's gonna drop it. It's the only thing he can do with minions in the way. It's the only thing he can do is drop W. And if he's gonna step up like that, you know he's gonna drop the W. Look at this. He can't Q you. He's not level 3, so he doesn't have his E. So the only thing he can do is press W. The only thing he can do is press W. So you know he's going to press it, so you might as well just E forward. Okay, I guess you tried to, but it was a little late. Then you get exhausted. But look at this. Imagine she's dead there. If you got the trade on her from the first bubble instead of the Brand, if you got the trade on her, she's already dead. Then Brand exhausts you.
Headshot.
You might not even have had to E in for this. If you got the trade on her instead of the Brand, you wouldn't even have had to E in for this. You could have just E'd away. Nami might have got the kill, but you just E away. Bait out his exhaust and E away. And then what happens if you E away? She's dead. Nami's in a 1v1 with Brand. Nami's going to be backing off. And you're going to be in position back here to just keep kiting out Brand while he focuses his abilities on Nami. And when he's out of abilities, then you could just all in him too, and you guys win the lane. Instead, you're not getting the trade here. You're not getting the early damage on him. You're not... I mean, wait, the control of the wave, right? Losing the push, that's going to happen. It's a Caitlyn Brand. You're probably going to lose the push. Nami can't really do anything. I mean, if she was higher elo and understood wave management, yeah, she'd be helping you with the push. But since this is not high elo, these two supports have no idea what to do with the push. So obviously they're going to get the push because it's Caitlyn Brand versus Nami. Regardless, if you had damage on him earlier, you got the proper trade on her. She's already dead. You E away. You bait out his exhaust. He focuses on her. You kite him out. You win the lane. It's game over. But telling me you're 50 CS up on Caitlyn at some point, but losing the first 3 minutes this hard, right? How are you going to carry? Because that's not 50 CS up on Caitlyn winning the game. That's 50 CS up on Caitlyn catching up to her lead at this point. And I guess I'm going to assume your Nami dies here. Oh. And the reason why I can assume she's going to die there is because she's fighting in his minions. And here you see Zed already got his first kill. Whatever, there's nothing you can do about that right now. Just gotta keep in mind Zed has a kill. So here, what you want to do in this position is you just want to start holding this and turn it into a slow push. So you autoed. No. You want to slow push this. You're autoing this for no reason. I want to slow push this because what is the dragon timer on this thing? It's 4 minutes. Dragon's coming up, right? Dragon comes up about 54 seconds. So what you want the lane to play out is hold it here as long as possible, build up a massive wave. Then as you build that wave, you're going to have opportunity to crash this on because you're going to have one wave here, one wave here, one wave here. Crash this with third wave. 54 seconds would have gone by, right? And then you'd have opportunities to just run up this way and help Evelynn with Dragon, or run into their jungler, try to find him with Nami. Because these two are going to be locked under this tower for the maximum amount of time because they have so many minions to deal with. You're going to have opportunities to run into the jungle, ward it, find Xin Zhao maybe, set up a dive with Evelynn, go do Dragon with Evelynn, just walk up and clear vision. You're going to have so many opportunities with that slow push, but you're pushing it more quickly than you need to, and you're going to lose a wave on tower for it. You're going to lose a wave that can be in this stack you're going to miss out on because you pushed that too quickly. And then if you're in a situation like this where your jungler runs into their jungler in the river, right, it's your support's job to go. It's not your job to go. If you want to help, you spam shove this. But with Dragon coming up, it's not up yet. There's no reason for you to go. There's nothing to get. Maybe the three of you kill Xin Zhao, right? But that's about it. And you're probably not getting that gold. It's probably going to be Evelynn's kill because she's there first. Or no, that's the enemy Evelynn. That's your jungler. Okay, yeah, regardless. Getting here. That is Cho'Gath's job because he has the shortest lane. And that is Nami's job, because she's the support, to crash on this. It's not your job. You just keep building the slow push. If this wasn't a cannon wave, maybe I'd consider hard shoving this and rotating up. But ideally, you'd wait for after 5 minutes so that you can make the dragon play off of it. Because if these kills happen now, we're way too early in the game for anything to happen off of it. What's really going to happen is they're just going to respawn and come back to dragon. You're going to be in an awkward dragon fight all over again. And this time it won't be a advantageous fight for you because they died. It's going to be an inadvantageous fight for you because their brand's going to be there, their Zed's going to be there. So it's going to be a 4v4. And do you guys have teleport advantage? Teleport? No, you don't even have teleport advantage. So both top laners are probably going to teleport bot. And you're going to have a whole mess coming. And how do you avoid this whole mess? You just chill here. You ignore this. Let your support and mid laner do their job. And you just keep slow pushing this. And what happens is Caitlyn, she dies here. And by dying here, we might not get dragon, but you're doing your job of building a slow push. She misses like 3 or 4 waves. Right? She misses 3 or 4 waves of farm and XP. So let's say they played this game perfectly. You now have a kill on Caitlyn, possible kill on Brand, 2-0, and then this Caitlyn being here, you just shut her out of the game. You're going to be level 4, maybe level 5, and she's going to be level 3. And you're just going to run the game over. Because a 2-0 Ezreal this early is better than a 1-0 Zed. So again, Cho'Gath does his job, Nami does her job. You guys hard win this. Easy. And you just keep slow pushing. Yeah, Caitlyn died. Crash this cannon. So yeah, you made the right call here by just continuing the slow push. Now you just crash this. Make sure she misses everything. No. Auto the minions. Auto the minions. Make it crash. Xin Zhao's taking his time to get here. You ensure this crashes. This is a risky dive because Caitlyn's back already. So look at this. Why did your jungler not come? Your jungler doesn't come because these 3 minions are alive. And it's not a clean crash, so it's not. He doesn't see this as a good dive. He sees this as scuffed. You need to clear these. And you're autoing, and you walk past them. You walk past it. So let's go back a little bit more. A little bit more. So here, right, you need to ensure this crashes. That's your job. Ensure this crashes all the way in. And look, it doesn't crash all the way in. So you could have had probably 5 or 6 more autos on this wave. 5 or 6 more autos on this wave. These 2 are dead. Right, these will be dead. These will be coming in. He sees a clean crash. He doesn't see 3 scuffed minions in there. He comes, he kills Brand. You guys probably run into Evelynn. Then you're in a position where you're still 3v2 because Brand died. You kill him here. You kill Evelynn. Now Caitlyn's not even in lane yet. You guys probably just run away free. Reset. Probably another 20 seconds on Dragon. Reset. Come back to lane. Your lane's going to be in a fine spot, slow pushing into you, so it's a freeze. And because it's a freeze, you can just run straight to the Dragon with Xin Zhao and do the Dragon, and now you have a huge lead. But this is scuffed. So he sees it scuffed and he leaves and he runs into Evelynn. Now Caitlyn's back. Now Brand's still alive. And this just becomes an awkward 3v3 instead of a clean kill Brand then 3v2. And what advantage do you guys get off of this? You guys really don't get anything because now you're stuck in lane anyway. So now the whole timing's off, because now Dragon's up, they're resetting, you're stuck in lane. Now you have to lose stuff to reset, or get a clean push off, which is going to be difficult, but it doesn't matter because it's now 5:30. You guys could have been on Dragon possibly right now. You would have reset, it would have been slow pushing into you, it would be right here. You and Xin Zhao and Nami would be going straight to Dragon, gunning it for Dragon. And you would have had those 3 kills, so even if they wanted to fight you, it's not a fair 3v3 anymore because you guys have your kills, you have your kill goal. And if you didn't want to make the Dragon play, let's say they're all there doing it already or something, and you're not in position, you come back to a slow push. And you get all this XP and gold for free. Like, and then you denied Caitlyn so much more. So you could potentially be like 2-0, 3-0 right now. Maybe you get all the kills on the dive, right? That's potentially 4-0, 5-0, something like that. And your CS lead would be a lot higher. You'd probably have the Dragon. Zed's 2-0, but imagine you're 3-0 or 4-0 right now. With a bigger CS lead, and that's just thinking. But yeah, that's the first 5 minutes. You could have had like probably between 3 and 5 kills. in the first like 6 minutes of the game, and then you just bully this Caitlyn Brand out of the game, take their tower. You'd have this dragon already, so you'd have your next dragon 10 minutes sooner, or 5 minutes sooner. And you have this Zed wants to bully this Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath's going to scale, so don't even worry about him. Get your tower, send him bot lane, let him scale. Go mid. Crush the Zed. Because at what point does Zed become like super... What point does Zed become a problem?
Red team has slain the dragon.
So you guys did get dragon. But you should have had it already, so this situation would have never happened. Zed gets a kill. But yeah. You're 2-2 when you should be like 5-0 at this point. With this massive lead. And dragon would have already happened, so you'd just be laning like hell. Now we go into these awkward fights.
Blue team double kill.
Let's say you're a 5-0 Ezreal or 3-0 Ezreal in these awkward fights, and Caitlyn would be so much more behind. Instead of 4-3, she'd be like 0-3. Right? You crush this fight just because you're freaking 4-0 Ezreal. You would crush that fight. And Zed would probably not have gotten those 2 kills because you would have been there to just clean them all up. Yeah, we're like almost 10 minutes into the game. And just a lot of opportunities missed. And now Zed's just gonna bully you guys because he knows you guys are the only ones with the lead. So here you're just spam ping Cho'Gath, shove out the wave, spam ping this tower, and then spam ping him to back off. So he shoves the wave and he backs off. Now Zed shows again, and you guys would continue bullying this lane. But you're not bullying the lane. It's 3-2 to 4-3. You're up 30 farm, but she's up a kill. Right? So you're slightly ahead instead of how ahead you should be. You should be like 4-0, 5-0. You gotta pick up another kill. So maybe you'd be 5-0 at this point. And she'd have far less farm. You'd have far more farm. Because I'd say you'd have at least 20 more CS. 90 CS in 10 minutes. She'd have less CS. Probably like 35 CS at 10 minutes. She'd be lower level. You'd be higher level. You'd be 5-0. She'd be 0-3. Every time Zed dips down, you back off, ping this tower. Cho'Gath pushes it out. It's a skill for free. And then every time he shows up mid, you guys just continue running over the lane. But you guys aren't running over the lane at this point. And that's kind of why you guys get run over for the rest of the game. It's because Zed can now just bully Cho'Gath and then come down and bully you guys. And you guys never bully anybody back. You get kicked out of this lane again. And like, this game's kind of just over. They're going to take the tower, they're going to rotate mid, and then they're going to suffocate you out of the game. But this is from you not taking the opportunities, not taking the lead that's presented to you, and taking it.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
And I'll end it there, because it's after 10 minutes into the game, and they're destroying you bot lane. Because they have the Fed Zed that can roam down on you guys whenever he wants, and you guys don't have the lead to punish them back when he goes back mid. You guys already lost mid. Like at this point, you would have already had your tower. If you were bullying them, you would have their tower. You'd be here. That Herald might get this tower, but you'd be here in position to stop this. Right? You'd stop this, and then this dragon would have already spawned. You'd already come down and take this dragon. Or you would have had their tower come up, already taken this dragon, and let this Herald get the knockoff there. But either way, you'd have 2 dragons, and they'd have a mid and 1.5 mid towers. You guys have bot tower, they have mid tower, you have 2 dragons. You're strong. You probably kill this Evelyn here. Who knows? But you kind of just dominate the bot half of the map, and if Zed tries to come bully you guys, you just back off and Cho'Gath gets the skill for free. But you guys not taking advantage of the opportunities presented in the first 5 minutes of the game led to you guys not crushing your lane and being way more even than you should be And because you're even and Zed Hard 1 is lane, he's just going to come down and shut you guys down, and that's the game. I'll end it there.